Well, good afternoon, Floorball fans of the North American Floorball League, and welcome back to the second game of Day 1 of the 2024 NAFL season. We have an exciting matchup ready for you between the Fresno Force and the Ohio Aviators. I'm Tanner David. Joining me today is Trent Kling. Trent, thank you for being here.
Hey, thank you for having me, Tanner. It's an absolute pleasure, and I couldn't have picked a better one for my first game on the mic than this one. This game is rife with all kinds of not only standings meaning, because we're talking about two excellent floorball teams that are going to be competing for a playoff spot this year, but also you have a lot of player movement in between the teams, and we'll get to that as the broadcast goes on.
Of course, and this is going to be a game that is stacked with returning talent from the NAFL. This is certainly a homegrown matchup right here, and it's looking to be a rivalry possibly this season. This game is going to be a big deal in determining whether or not that's going to be the case. This match is going to be refereed by referees Vince Faso and Yanni Shorin, and we're going to head down now for the face-off. It'll be number 9, team captain Zach Mellon up against number 34, Alex Neumann for the Fresno Force. Hard-fought recovery by Fresno. That ball sailing out of bounds.
I think that sets the table for this matchup. You saw how closely contested that face-off was, and I think every inch of floor, especially in the offensive end for both teams, is going to be highly contested given the two systems that these teams play.
Yeah, these are two very physical teams, and especially we have some interesting connections and relationships between the two. Of course, a lot of Ohio's talent this season being brought over from Fresno. That's going to make this matchup only more exciting. Sparks have often flown whenever these two teams have matched up, and we're not expecting that to be any different.
And, you know, in the first game of the day, we saw 4 minutes go by without our first shot of the game. Their first offensive possession for the Force, they tried Claude. Peter Claude, the starting goalie for the Ohio Aviators, was able to get over there, move. He's sharp early on, making the save with his left hand.
And now that steal there by number 61, Matt Smith. He'll pass Albin Nilsson. And he'll connect with number 77, Cedric Grenapin. What an early start. With 19 minutes, 12 seconds remaining, we have our first goal of the match. Ohio,
Tanner,
number 77 there, Cedric Grenapin, able to connect. And that brings your score now. Fresno 0, Ohio 1.
And Tanner, that goal was created by Matt Smith on the defensive end. He was able to press up from his left spot, take the ball away, and then you know when Matt Smith is breaking it out, he's not looking to carry. He's looking for the headman pass. That set up the cross-court pass across the Royal Road. As easy a goal you'll see for the Aviators in this game. I might be corrected.
Wow. Zach Mellon with another quick goal, and Trent, you're certainly right that this game is going to be electric, and it's off to a fast start. The team captain, some have described him as a first ballot Hall of Famer, Zach Mellon with the goal there for Ohio.
And as a goalie who's faced Zach Mellon several times, I would be an advocate for the first ballot Hall of Fame. But again, that ball came loose in mid-court. Ohio had the better of it mid-pitch, and you see the speed at which Ohio is getting down the floor. Fresno's got to find their defensive shape. Otherwise, this transition that Ohio is playing is going to rip them apart during the course of the game.
It's impressive to see the amount of chemistry they already have. Of course, they're blending a lot of returners from last year who made up the core of the Utah Raptors the first season in the NAFL, and of course bringing over the line from the Canadians from Fresno. It's exciting to see, and we've certainly seen sparks fly, as you mentioned, on these counterattacks and breakaways early on in the match. Ball goes down. Matt Smith on the close boards, passing back. We'll get to Thomas Cordemonch instead of Grenapin. Able to kick the ball back out to Matt Smith. Taken there, Mendoza now driving for Fresno. The pass over, shot saved there by Peter Slot. Albin Nilsson now. He'll get the ball out to Grenapin. Taken there, Johansson losing control. Smith to Grenapin. And that assist shot just wide. Matt Smith unable to grab it and make a shot attempt. Grenapin still maintaining possession here for the Aviators. Smith waiting for an opportunity. The ball stolen there by Wille Kalberg. Taking it behind his own goal, facing 2-on-1.
We see already a lot of high pressure from that line, in particular from the Aviators. That's how they've gotten their couple of goals so far, is that high pressure. Fresno able to calm things down. Now this is what they want, is to be able to change on the ball, sit on the ball a little bit, and play from the back.
And now Fresno trying to make something happen offensively and set up a sustained drive here. Kim Nyberg, a pivotal player from last season, brought in as new Swedish talent from Fresno looking to return and once again make a big impact now. Neumann, the pass across court. Alejandro up with Mellon for defense on the Aviators. Castellanos, another big contributor, the Norwegian player for the Force. He's certainly exciting to watch, Trent. He's one of the players with the most energy that we see on this Fresno team.
Absolutely. You know he's going to be in on every loose ball battle, and having him back in this position for Fresno, I kind of like this against the higher press that Ohio is bringing to the table, especially Alejandro. He's a player with so much speed.
And now heading down, getting close. That ball grabbed there by Peter Slad. He'll send it with a no-looker to Hannes Karlsson. Nyberg there with the chip away. Samuel Linda now, a returner to the league. He came from the Texas Tornadoes team last season. Also integrating with fellow Swedish talent here. Now Matt Alejandro, the Canadian, trying to make a play, facing heavy pressure there from Neumann, able to break away with the ball. That's going to be a hit awarded here to the Fresno Force.
And although Alejandro isn't a taller player, he's got very long arms and he uses those arms well. And we see there along the boards, he's able to poke the ball away as Fresno was trying to get it deep along the right side.
Yes, one of the biggest ways he was able to break away last season was in showing how good he was defensively. He had a great eye for the ball, and like you said, he was able to use that bigger wingspan to his advantage. Wille Karlberg, they go with a pass out to Adrian Amdahl. Grenapin, the up man here for the Ohio defense, forcing him out to the wing. David Kangas there with the pass down to Mendoza. Facing pressure there from Justin Knight. He'll get a ball out to Johansson. Deflected off the body of Matt Smith. Matt Smith there with the steal, sending the ball out of bounds. It's going to be an Ohio hit in.
I like what I'm seeing, though, from the Fresno offense. We're seeing a lot more ball movement. That ball that comes out in the high slot area is on forehand side. It could be a goal, but as it is, it was received on the backhand side. That's a very difficult play. Still, Fresno able to hold up play a little bit more and control the tempo, which is what they want.
Yes, they're spending a lot more time now in Ohio territory. That's where they want the ball to be. David Kangas there in the backcourt. Justin Knight playing very physical defense there. We're going to pass out to Rasmus Johansson. The shot attempt by Melvin Mendoza sails out of bounds. It's going to be a Fresno hit in. Substitutions coming out now for both teams. It's been an energetic way to start the first period, certainly going to risk wearing out their players with how aggressively they've been counterattacking. Now driving in, Billy Nilsson. Shot attempt taken by Alex Neumann. Sails out of bounds. It's going to be Ohio's ball to bring it back in. Just under 16 minutes remaining in the first period. Ohio still enjoying a 2-goal lead off of their incredible run to start off this match.
And Ohio has come out in a 2-2-1. Fresno, that was really one of the first times they've been able to get inside in that core in the box in the 2-2-1. And so I think that's an interesting dynamic too. How will Fresno stretch out those core 4 defenders back? Because right now Ohio's getting sticks in the lane. We've seen a number of block shots already from the Aviators. So how does Fresno begin to break that up a little bit like they did on that last possession?
And now Nilsson starting the pressure here on defense. Kalle Harstedt, go with the pass out to Karlsson, back to Harstedt. Now coming into the center lane, the pass back to Kalle Harstedt. Samuel Linda now pressing for Fresno. Sent a pass down deep, intended for Mellon, but it goes wide into the corner. It's going to be Jonas Castellanos now inbounding for Fresno. Nilsson, far side. Coming into the center lane, he'll pass behind himself to Nyberg. Down to Nilsson once more. Ohio tightening their defense here, able to come away with a steal. Mellon trying to look for Alejandro, but miscommunication on the pass, still breaking away. Hannes Karlsson unable to get a shot attempt off. Nyberg looking for an opportunity, but Hannes Karlsson able to come away with it. Tripping over Castellanos. Billy Nilsson now with the ball. Go pass, Alex Neumann. Now at midcourt, slowing down, looking to take a pause here for Fresno. Neumann, the pass back to Adrian Amdahl. Bring it down. Wille Karlberg unable to maintain possession. Alvin Nilsson now trying to capitalize on the opportunity, but Billy Nilsson with a shot attempt saved by Peter Slad.
Claude did a great job bailing out his team there because there was a bit of a lost assignment after the ball scramble on the near side boards. You typically don't want to give an open shot up from that angle, but Claude able to stick that left leg out, make the save.
And a deep ball sailing wide, intended for Matt Smith. Fresno now with possession again. Rasmus Johansson driving. The attempt by Mendoza, sailing off a stick there. Now going to the far corner, Melvin Mendoza. He's got a little bit of space in enemy territory, but that ball's going to go straight to the stick of Albin Nilsson. Now on a fast break, he's got Matt Smith for support. That ball just saved. Oscar Viking-Scharnberg, the goalie. And another save by Schlad. What a great job by both defenses warding off those aggressive attacks. And now off the boards, over to Adrian Amdahl at the point. Spin around, he'll go with a pass over to Johansson. In the center, Mendoza, shot saved once more. Taylor Walsh now taking the ball, looking to recover here for the Aviators. It's a battle at the boards. They get out to the center to Albin Nilsson. They go through the legs of Rasmus Johansson. Johansson able to get control of the pass to Mendoza. Through the legs of Kalle Harstedt. Another save for Ohio.
Claude has shown why he's earned league honors each of the last couple of seasons, and I'm a little bit biased because I played with him over the last couple of seasons. But I think he is one of the better goalies in the NAFL, and to this point, now we haven't seen a couple of goalies in the later game, but this is the best goaltending performance we've seen so far today.
And it's certainly welcome for Ohio as they're looking to maintain that early lead they came out to and perhaps extend it here. Hannes Carlson's shot attempt goes off the stick of Castellanos. But they're able to connect. Ohio puts it in for a third goal early.
And remember, we were talking earlier about Castellanos' aggression. And in that case, it was unfortunate for the Force because he was over-aggressive on the rear boards. He ended up being stuck back behind the net. And then Ohio had two players up high such that they were able to play the 2-on-1 game in tight. Really, Jarnberg, the goalie for Fresno, had no opportunity on that. That's really not his game, moving side to side. It's more of an offensive set. So it created a mini 2-on-1 because of that aggression and a tough ball bounce for Fresno.
It'll be Fresno recovering on the faceoff. Your score with just over 12 minutes remaining in the first period. It's Fresno 0, Ohio 3. Hannes Carlson, El Pistolero, with that goal for Ohio, further cementing their dominance this first period. Shot attempt there by Kangas, sails wide. Rasmus Johansson now. The pass back out. Justin Knight working overtime there. Great defense around the box so far by Ohio. Amdahl. Go with the cross-court pass deflected off the stick of Grenapin. Wille Karlberg back out to David Kangas. Matt Smith starting to press up. Intercepted there in the center lane by Albin Nilsson. Chipped up by Mendoza going to the far boards. Able to evade Nilsson. Now Ohio backing off, giving him a bit of space. The pass off to Kangas to reset. Wille Karlberg back with space and time.
We see Ohio kind of shifting into that deep 1-2-2. This line hasn't been pressuring quite as much as Matt Smith's line has been deep, but still providing a decent amount of three-quarters court pressure here against the Fresno forecheck.
Kalle Harstedt go with the hit over to Felix Osterström. Back down to Osterström. Taking it slow there in the backcourt. Linda now trying to put some pressure on and force a mistake in the passing. He'll get it down to Blix. The ball sailing out of bounds. It's going to be Ohio's ball to bring it back in. Neumann not happy about the call there. It'll be Hannes Carlson with a pass to Osterström. Facing pressure there. The ball's chipped out of bounds once again. This time it's going to be Fresno's inbound. Castellanos with a pass over to Kim Nyberg. Driving in the center lane, pass out to the side. Billy Nilsson. He'll find Neumann. Nyberg unable to connect. Now Zach Mellon, captain of the Aviators. He'll pause at half court. Pass to Harstedt. Linda playing aggressive defense there. The pass down to Hannes Carlson on the wing. Andreas Blix, number 24. Owner, coach, and player. Andreas Blix has certainly made waves. He's been in the league all 3 years and, in fact, played for Fresno his first season Trent, what's your opinion on Andreas Blixt, having seen him on and off the court?
I don't have enough good things to say about Andreas Blixt, as he might get a plus here on that play. A great offensive opportunity for the Aviators. But one thing I love about Andreas is he is all about growing the game here domestically. So he's not an absentee owner. Obviously, as we can see, he just had that tip attempt in front. He's willing to put himself out there and play, but he's also very modest about not only his own expectations for himself on the floor, but his expectations for the franchise. He turned a lot of heads with what they were able to do last year, and I think a lot of people might even say that last year they were one of the top 3 teams in the league. So the fact that he's been able to assemble this team and then make them stronger year over year speaks a lot to him off the court, certainly.
And Blixt, of course, he's quite the physical presence on the court as well, in addition to motivating his teammates. And with the addition of Matt Smith, that's a lot of high energy and good chemistry on the team. Saved there by Scharnberg, sent all the way down to Slot, who kicks it away. Voice is getting raised here on the court as the energy rises. Matt Smith now going with the pass far side. Nilsson going to the ground as well as Mendoza, but Matt Smith keeping the game alive. Taylor Walsh, shot attempt saved by Scharnberg. We'll send the ball down. Now it's a race between David Kangas and Thomas Kordemansch. Play stop there. Ball bouncing off the referee.
And they'll call a face-off in the corner. I want to say, though, that Ohio offensive possession, they got a couple of good looks there. 100% created by Peter Klad. What he does in terms of coming out is he's very aggressive with his legs. He's been more so over the last couple of seasons, and you see him getting outside of the goalie crease, the outer area, and he's able to kick the ball to the board, start the fast break the other way. So as a goalie, you're not always talking about saves. It's more about goal prevention and playing within your team's system. He's shown a great job of that in the first period.
Yeah, he's done a phenomenal job of keeping the energy going. Now Zach Mellon on the fast break. The second try is the charm. That's Zach Mellon and Matt Alejandro there on the break. Alejandro able to connect after that ball bounces off of Scharnberg.
Zach Mellon's speed that time created the issue for Fresno, and once again, we see Fresno's defensive shape begin to fall apart as Ohio turned into the fast break or the transition opportunity or the counterattack, whatever you want to call it. And Alejandro does exactly what you're supposed to do as the second man in on that opportunity. The minute you see the first guy with the ball shoot, crash the net hard, there's going to be a rebound. It is so difficult to control the ball here in floorball if you're unfamiliar with the sport. Almost impossible for goalies to control rebounds on a close-range shot, and Alejandro made no mistake about burying that in the back of the net.
And now after that goal with under 9 minutes remaining in the first period, Ohio continuing their lead. Your score, Fresno 0 versus the Ohio Aviators 4. Aviators to inbound here. They've certainly gained a comfortable lead here, and Fresno hasn't had the best response. It's been a game of speed so far in this first period. Nilsson now with the pass down to Knight. Mendoza playing up here for the Fresno defense. Nilsson, center lane. He has Matt Smith going around on the far wing. The pass to Smith. Picking up the pace here, Matt Smith. He'll go down on the wing to Grenopin. Back to Smith.
You can see Fresno versus Ohio with just the one person up. Fresno is 2 people up, but they're not really providing that on-ball pressure, that same on-ball pressure that Ohio is providing.
Matt Smith now with some space, collapsing the center lane. He'll pass down to Knight. That'll be deflected. Rasmus Johansson on the fast break. Shot attempt goes off the body of Alvin Nilsson and out of bounds. It's going to be Fresno inbound. They're taking it quickly. Shot attempt by Wheeler Karlberg. Saved by Peter Slad. We'll send it to Nilsson, who will pass it off to Gala Harstead as Ohio makes a substitution here. Osterstrom bringing it in the close wing. Harstead still staying around the crease. Pass to Osterstrom, now across the court to Hannes Carlson. And the pass in the middle trying to speed the game up. Matt Alejandro not able to take possession of it. And now it's Alex Neumann for the Fresno Force. Will pass back out to Billy Nilsson. Nilsson taking his time around half court. Will pass to Jonas Castellanos. Down to Neumann. all the way down. He was looking for Nilsson. It was taken there by Otterstedt, now battling for possession. It's going to be a hit awarded to Ohio. Taking it quickly off the body of Kim Nyberg. Great defense with the body there. Nyberg now inbounding. He'll go with a pass to Nilsson, far side. He'll get the angle around Mellon. Driving in, the shot attempt is good. Number 38, Samuel Linda, putting the Fresno Force on the board for the first time today.
And as so often happens in the course of floorball, you see that play really made a couple of plays prior. They were able to stand tall on the defensive end, and we talked about, and you specifically talked about the great play with the body in that circumstance, and Kim Nyberg was able to feed it up to Billy Nielsen, who then made the play. Linda, we know, is a very direct player. He's going to go into the high-pressure areas. Matt Smith gets an opportunity right off the draw. I'll let you retake the reins.
Sure. And that was high energy coming out with the face-off. Fresno trying to claw their way back up. Your score with just over 6 minutes remaining in the first period. It's Fresno 1, Ohio 4. And now Matt Smith coming down to Taylor Walsh. Over Grenopin, the shot attempt. What an incredible attempt there by Cedric Grenopin. He's able to thread the needle around Oscar Viking Scharnberg and respond quite quickly to that Fresno goal.
I'm going to tell you, Tanner, there is 0% chance that Scharnberg saw that shot. And one of the things in that particular set that we witnessed was the fact that there were two defenders playing very, very upright. Rasmus Johansson in particular, he was upright in front. And as a goalie, you're down on your knees, so that makes you look into the small of the back of the defender. That's why you want defenders to get down on a knee to block the shot. Fresno had a couple of defenders who were very upright. 0 chance that Scharnberg saw any of that shot.
And after that goal, 6 minutes remaining, your score is now Fresno 1, Ohio 5. But my goodness, we're going back and forth now. A Fresno goal as a quick response.
And Billy Nielsen is going to be a problem for NAFL teams from the left side. He created the first goal to Linda on the pass, but in that case, again, finding the pass in the high slot area and a very, very strong, hard shot. It's rare that a long-distance shot beats Peter Claude, but we saw it there. And once again, his second assist of the game. He's been in on both Fresno goals. Everything from that far left side. So from the far left boards, the question now, can Ohio adjust to that and provide a little bit more on-ball pressure to make sure he doesn't have time to get those passes off?
And after that powerful shot, less than 6 minutes remaining, Fresno on the board once more. Your score 2-5 for Ohio. Billy Nielsen coming across. The pass to Kim Nyberg. Nyberg on the far side, looking to Neumann behind the goal. Pressure from Knight. Walsh getting low, using his stick to try and block. Neumann in trouble. Shipped away there by Knight. He's got Linda for support. And that pass sent straight to Matt Smith. They'll go off the foot there of Linda. Over to Albin Nilsson. Finds Taylor Walsh. That shot attempt sailing just wide right, but he's got Cedric Grenopin there to recover. Pass back out to Nilsson at the point. Down deep to Matt Smith. Behind himself to Knight. Attempt goes off the body there of Kim Nyberg. Down to Albin Nilsson. Matt Smith to Justin Knight, just off the top post. A close call there. Taylor Walsh, the pass over to Knight. Fresno putting on the pressure, trying to stop a second attempt. Smith driving in. He's got a look, but it's saved by Scharnberg. Sent all the way down deep. What a goal!
That was fancy. I think I would be able to say. And hey, always loving the goalie assist there, absolutely, from Scharnberg. That was an excellent throw. That's not the first time he's tried that for Fresno. I think Fresno has been a little bit frustrated trying to play from the back, and so we've seen as the game has gone on, he's been far more aggressive about throwing it and throwing it hard and quick. And he was able to read the run by Nielsen early on. And we talked earlier about Claude leading with his feet, and that's something that can get you in trouble in those situations. If the player has just enough touch on it, you kind of, when you leave your feet, you leave your torso flatter to the ground. ground, and you don't have the opportunity to make the save on the ball that gets tipped 2-3 feet off of the ground. So an excellent finish by Nielsen and a great play by Scharnberg, the goalie, to set it all up.
And now Kalle Harstedt taking it behind the goal, now inbounding, looking to increase the pace here. Fresno making their way back up, readily so. Just over 4 minutes remaining. Your score, Fresno Force 3 versus the Ohio Aviators 5. Now it's Amdahl in the close wing. Will pass cross court over to Wille Karlberg. Blix playing up here in the defense. Not pressuring yet, though. Down the wing. Rasmus Johansson, shot attempt from deep, sails wide left. Karlberg there to recover. He's got Harstedt on him. David Kangas, an extra body there for support, but not enough. Felix Osterstrom on the far side, facing that one-man full-court press. Now Fresno's defense backing off here. Kalle Harstedt going to take the lead here for Ohio's offense. Shot down deep, looking for Blix, taken there by Karlberg, who got the initiative. Amdahl trying to recover that pass behind himself, but not enough chemistry here. Osterstrom able to break it up. Now it's a mad grab for possession as Hannes Karlsson, El Pistolero, trying to race away from Melvin Mendoza. He'll send it down deep, looking for Blix, forced into the corner. Johansson tailing him, able to chip the ball away. Blix hits it back against the boards. Free hit awarded here to Fresno.
I think a big question Ohio will have to answer over the next 43 minutes of game time is their set offense. They've gotten a lot of great looks from transition and got a goal off of a deep defensive zone turnover by Fresno, but they haven't really gotten many looks to speak of in their half-court set. Can they make something work outside of transition? Because we've actually seen Fresno get the better of the set offense looks so far.
And a lot of trips, falls, and bumps there at half court as both teams looking to capitalize on momentum. Walsh's shot attempt off the body of Neumann. Ohio still maintaining possession. Grenapin in open court sends a shot attempt over the goal, but off the boards. Castellanos sending it down. Linda chipping it away. It'll be Matt Smith at the half court line. Thomas Gordmanch and the ball go between his legs off the body of Billy Nilsson. Both teams bringing out substitutions here. Trent, what's your opinion on the depth that both of these teams are bringing? Obviously, they've padded their rosters with a lot of talent, a lot from the league.
I think what you're seeing so far is each team has two solid lines, and they're throwing in complementary players every now and again to help to assist with that. But that's really the question, because both of these teams have seen offense from transition thus far in the game. If you keep running the transition game, you worry if you only have two solid lines, if you only have those 10 players that you feel comfortable throwing out there with, that's going to tire you out by the end of the game. So if it's a track meet, it could be a question of which team has better conditioning.
Now Harstedt coming across the middle. Hannes Karlsson driving. That shot saved there by Scharnberg. That ball deflected off the body of Hannes Karlsson. If we get to it again, off the push call, it's going to be Fresno's ball.
They'll mop off the floor. I think some perspiration there on the floor. And when this GUR floor, if you're not familiar with it, if you're one of our North American viewers, we don't have a lot of GUR floor in the U.S., but when this GUR floor gets sweat on it, this is the one downside to it. The floor is fantastic in every other way, but when it gets sweat on it, it might as well be like ice. And so it's a good job by Vince Fosso, that backside referee, making sure he spotted that there was a large amount of sweat on the floor. And hey, you know, there is no task that is beneath the league commissioner, is Ryan Connor getting out, doing the job. And I just also want to compliment him and the entire NAFL team on putting season 3 together so far. While we get the opportunity, I can't speak with enough praise about how optimistic everyone is about this season. Every player on every team that I've talked to is excited to get the season going, and there's an energy around this league that is just ratcheted up from the first 2 years of the league.
It takes a village, and we've got a great village here in the North American Floorball League. Now on the far side, Billy Nilsson taking a pause. He'll get a pass down deep around Alvin Nilsson all the way in the corner. Neumann against Walsh, driving in. Peter Schlad blocking with his body, throwing himself in harm's way. A pass down to Nilsson. He's got a little bit of space in front of him. Neumann coming from behind. Billy Nilsson getting that stick higher, able to block the ball. Grenapin driving in close. Saved there by Scharnberg. Now Castellanos with the ball in the far corner. Castellanos is a fun fact. Took number 61, formerly Matt Smith's number. Chipped away there, Matt Smith on the offensive. Grenapin now. Staying on the far wing, shot attempt. Almost a no-looker, blocked off the body of Scharnberg. Nyberg now behind his own goal, facing heavy pressure from Matt Smith. That leaves Billy Nilsson open on the far wing. He'll make it to half court and keep driving. Three-quarters line to Neumann, off the stick of Knight. 2 attempts, neither able to get off. 30 seconds remaining in the first period. Can Fresno cut the lead of Ohio down to 1? Or can Ohio re-extend their advantage? Saved there by Scharnberg off the Nilsson shot attempt. Alex Neumann pausing. He'll go with a pass off the body of David Kangas, driving down. He's got some speed. Up against Walsh. He'll get stopped up. Going behind the goal here. 10 seconds remain. Billy Nilsson off the boards to Amdahl. Behind himself. Can Willa Kahlberg get there in time? The ball hit out of bounds. Just over 1 second left here as Ohio inbounds. We'll see if they take the shot attempt. And that shot by Alvin Nilsson sails wide to end the first period. Your score at the end of 1. It's the Fresno Force 3 versus the Ohio Aviators 5. And Floorball fans, don't go anywhere because we're going to be right back with more exciting NAFL action here as we get ready to resume the second period of play between the Force and the Aviators. And of course, stay tuned during the intermission as we'll bring you an exclusive NAFL player interview in just a few moments. Well, Floorball fans, we've just gotten done with the first period of play here between the Fresno Force and the Ohio Aviators. I'm joined here by number 77, Cedric Grenapin. Cedric, how are you feeling after the first period?
That was a good first. We controlled a little bit of the play. I think we got to be a little more mindful of the middle, but overall it's pretty good for a first period and a bunch of guys who haven't played together.
What were the thoughts going through your head, obviously, this being your first period of play in the NAFL, and you've taken a pretty pivotal role already in the offense. What's going through your mind?
I think we're just going out there and having fun. It's a little hard because we're missing 3 of our guys, haven't shown up, more like the delayed Aviators, but we're just having fun, a bunch of guys playing together, and maybe we'll get more serious later on. This is the first game.
And what do you think is going to be the biggest key to improve as you look ahead to the next periods?
Well, always defense. I think we've proven we can score on this guy, so maybe just cleaning up mistakes and being more mindful with the ball.
Well, Cedric, best of luck with that in the second and third periods. And Floorball fans, don't worry, we're going to be back in less than 10 minutes with the exciting second period of play here between the Fresno Force and the Ohio Aviators. floorball fans, it's almost time to head back down. Audio's dead. Fans, it's almost time to head back down to the court for a second period of action here between the Ohio Aviators and the Fresno Force. But before then, we'd like to remind you about our sponsors. First of all, Kempa. If you like what our referees are wearing, then you like Kempa, the official clothing partner of the NAFL, ready to supply all of your athletic clothing needs. And of course, the NAFL has a new partnership for floorballs this season with Fat Pipe. Those Swiss media yellow floorballs you see down there represent the latest in floorball technology and are going to be the official game ball for every game this 2024 NAFL season. And finally, if you're curious about the stats, don't forget you can go online to sportninja.com to search for all of the NAFL statistics. Now heading back down to the court, our score currently Fresno 3, Ohio 5. Trent, what do you think is going to be the biggest keys for both of these teams to capitalize on their momentum from the first period?
Well, I think for Fresno, I know Bruno Lundberg is going to tell them, hey, we've got to settle down. We've got to find our defensive shape. Because I think so many times their defense was exposed. Now, I'm not talking about the two defenders, but I'm talking about the team defense. They just weren't in good positions. And you see there, they almost got caught out of position with two players deep. And as for Ohio, I think what they need to do is kind of get back to really pressing the transition game, but also find a key in their coordinated attack. In their coordinated attack, Fresno's coming up about three-quarters court here, and Ohio really hasn't had too many looks. Most of their looks, 4 of their 5 goals have been off of the rush. So for Ohio, the key is kind of cracking the defensive code of Fresno, getting some of those half-court looks such that they can build this lead that they've already got.
And Kyle Harstead trying to do that quick, and he does. My goodness. What a look there. Kyle Harstead sends it off the body there of Scharnberg. And Matt Alejandro, once again, is the second man there, able to chip it in.
And I look like I'm somewhat forward-seeing there, but that was their first goal off of a coordinated offensive attack. And that time, rather than starting it with the pass, they started with the point shot. There was a light screen in front. That's a difficult rebound to control. And as we saw with Alejandro in the first period, he is in such great position there at the top of the crease area to just pound that home. So difficult for a goalie to make a double save in this sport.
And with less than a minute elapsed so far in the second period, already a goal on the board. Your score, Fresno 3, Ohio 6. Adrian Amdahl battling for possession there in Ohio territory. And now it's going to be Grenopin fighting down Matt Smith, taking the ball on the close wing. Alvin Nilsson spinning around. Get around Karlberg. Unable to get an effective shot attempt off. Mendoza to Amdahl. Back to Mendoza. Unable to get the shot attempt off. Too much commotion between Taylor Walsh and Matt Smith. It's going to be a free hit awarded here to Fresno. Johansson ready to take the ball. The pass to Kangas goes straight into the hands of Peter Schlad off the shot attempt. He'll send it to Thomas Kordmach.
And this is the line for Ohio that's been getting a lot of good transition looks, especially with trailers. But they've also been, nice save by Claude, but they've also been the most struggling in terms of setting up their half set there. And we see a turnover right in what we call Hades, the middle of the court, leads to an offensive rush for Fresno.
And in that battle for possession, Matt Smith sends the ball all the way back deep into Fresno territory, saving the offensive pressure for now. Jim Nyberg, captain of the Fresno Force squad, going to look to put it back on here as he comes up to half court. He'll pass across to Castellanos. Go back to Nilsson. Nilsson coming in the center lane, now tending towards the wing. Shot attempt goes off the body there at Zach Mellon. He'll send it to the boards. Kyle Harstead here for the Aviators, trying to break it out. Now he's in Fresno territory. Deflected off the stick there to Castellanos. To send it around the corner to Zach Mellon, set up behind the goal line. Deep pass to Hannes Carlson. Linda, who's been aggressive on defense all day, coming up to meet him. Harstead, deep pass, center, Mellon over to Hannes Carlson. Shot just saved. Alejandro with the rebound off the boards. He'll pass it back to Hannes Carlson. deflected there off the stick. Zach Mellon now against Kim Nyberg. Captain on captain. Oh, captain, my captain, battling for possession as Zach Mellon goes to the floor.
I think in the first 3 minutes of this period, we've seen more coordinated offensive looks from Ohio that aren't in transition, more set offensive looks. And part of it has to do with Carlson coming in deep from his defensive position. And you see him right now behind the net. He's been able to really set things up for the Aviators from there.
And now able to get the ball off the boards. Neumann there for support, chipped up in the air by Castellanos. Mellon now for the Aviators, trying to regain some momentum here. Trying to drive, but forced to the wing. He'll pass down to Hannes Carlson in close behind the goal. He'll have to regain control of the ball there. Carlson, to Alejandro behind the goal. The pass out to Felix Usterström. Gallagherstedt, far side. Wing shot attempt sailing wide, out of bounds. It's going to be a Fresno ball here. Just over 16 minutes remaining, and Ohio still enjoying that 3-goal lead.
You know, you would think with Fresno having scored the last 2 goals of the first period, down by 2 goals, they would come out with their hair on fire a little bit, but rather they've been somewhat tentative and letting Ohio take the battle to them. But, you know, as I say that, Fresno,
announcer's curse
it's against the grain, against the flow of play, but Fresno does manage a goal there to bring it back within a couple.
And that's number 24, Melvin Mendoza, with his first goal in his NAFL career, putting Fresno back on the board for the first time this second period. 16 minutes remaining. Your score now, Fresno Force 4, Ohio Aviators 6.
Credit to Mendoza. That's such a difficult shot for a goalkeeper to stop. His far side, low just above the pant leg, about a foot off of the ground, or about a third of a meter off of the ground if we're using European measurements. And he put it right in a perfect spot. So absolute 100% credit to him on just a sniper shot.
That ball sailing out of bounds. Fresno set to take it. Johansson off the boards, over to Wille Karlberg. Mendoza again trying to put an attempt in the crease there. Schlott able to recover it. Cedric Rennepen now up against Adrian Amdahl. Pass behind himself. Albin Nilsson driving down the close wing. Just saved. Schoenberg able to deflect the ball. Matt Smith wasting no time taking that hit. He'll go to Albin Nilsson. Pass back to Matt Smith. Down to Taylor Walsh. Heavy pressure there from Mendoza. Smith with a little bit of space will pass it back down to Taylor Walsh, slowing down the pace. But Fresno not letting up on the press. Just a Knight's pass deflected there off the stick of Mendoza. Matt Smith, smart pass off the boards. David Kangas able to take it. Rasmus Johansson now for the Fresno Force behind his own goal. He'll pass over to Wille Karlberg, to Kim Nyberg. Both teams bringing in new lines now. We'll find Mendoza deep. Kicked away there by Schlott, but nearly going loose into the goal. Ohio now on the counterattack. Zach Mellon driving down. It's just him, and Scharnberg able to come away with the save. Nilsson across to Alex Neumann. He'll go across. What a save by Peter Schlott there against Billy Nilsson. An incredible dive.
He even put up the fist pump after that. It was a nice
He knew what
stop.
he had done.
Absolutely. It was a nice stop, but a good read by Petzer to come on over and get that dive started early. The ball actually hit a little bit past his diving arm, like closer towards his armpit, and he was able to have the wherewithal, knowing where the ball was, because so often, I joke that in floorball sometimes you have to make 3 saves on 1 shot because the ball will spin back against you. He knew exactly where the ball was and was able to grab it and keep it out of harm's way.
And after that masterful save, Ohio able to keep their lead alive for at least a little bit longer, but Fresno doing a better job applying some pressure. Billy Nelson now on the close wing, driving down. We'll go across. Kim Nyberg's shot goes off the stick of his own man, sailing out of bounds. It'll be Ohio's ball.
That's such a tough break for Neumann, who was there in good position. He was doing what he was supposed to do in screening, and I think you hate that as an offensive player when you basically do the defense's job for you. But tough break, and I want to give credit to him. He's been in very good position in their offensive possessions all game long.
And the breakaway here, nearly a bad time here for Ohio, but Taylor Walsh able to keep their possession alive. It'll go back down to Wille Karlberg, deep in Fresno territory. Facing pressure from Grenapin. He's able to send it down to David Kangas on the close wing. Driving down, he'll go to Mendoza behind the goal. Chipped away by Cordmanch. Nearly sending the boards flying. The ball's back down now in Fresno territory. Rasmus Johansson sending it over to Adrian Amdahl. Pressure from Matt Smith. Down to Karlberg. To Johansson. Amdahl, close wing. A pass to Kangas at the goal line. Pressure from Cordmanch. Amdahl behind the goal, chipped away there by Taylor Walsh. Cordmanch able to kick the ball away, get it to the far boards. Walsh has the angle on it. And the fast break pass to Grenapin. Unable to get the shot off. Looks like he wasn't able to connect with the ball. Rasmus Johansson losing possession there. Some pushing, screaming and kicking there from center court as Grenapin's shot attempt goes off the helmet of Scharnberg.
We've seen back and forth play. It's fun for us, fun for the fans, not as fun for the coaches, because I don't think either coach wants to see this frenetic style of play, this kind of like back and forth type of play here. The goalies have both made excellent saves, and that save by Scharnberg there was very, very good, not only with his helmet, but directing it out of bounds. And they are kind of pushing Mellon out of the way. You know, the goalie has the capability to get up and throw, so he's basically trying to command his crease right now.
And still all love on the court there. Great save by Schlad as it goes inside his jersey. It'll pass to Harstedt. Over to Osterstrom. Kalle Harstedt. We go with a deep pass off the boards. Neumann able to get the edge there. Chipped over Neumann there by Osterstrom. It'll sail out of bounds. It's going to be a Fresno ball. Linde to take it. He goes to Nyberg. Cross court. Billy Nilsson. Facing an open center court. Looking for a man to pass to. Instead, he'll try the attempt. He'll send his own man diving. Peter Schlad there with the save. Hannes Carlson on the far wing. Shot attempt from deep. And Zach Mellon puts it in for another Ohio goal there. El Pistolero. His shot deflected by Scharnberg. Zach Mellon, the second man, ready to take it.
And I think that's an excellent job of body control by Zach Mellon. He's so talented in so many different ways. But one thing a lot of people, if you're new to the sport, don't realize is that inner crease area, what hockey fans would call the goalie crease, it's actually called the goalkeeper area. You can't set foot in that if you're an offensive player and still score. And Zach Mellon was able to keep himself on the outside of the crease, reach around the keeper, Scharnberg, and actually poke the ball in with his backhand. I don't think people understand just the amount of body control that is required to do something like that. He was able to do it without committing an infraction on the goalkeeper. Now we're going to see the floor mopped up a little bit in the goal crease. I want to give a shout out to this mopper, actually, Jo Owens. She will be representing the U.S. women's national team at their qualifier against Canada in Fredericton, but happy she's here from the Austin Floorball Club to kind of help out.
And now with 11 minutes, 51 seconds remaining in the second period, your score is Fresno 4, Ohio 7. Zach Mellon, of course, has been a high-performance player every season. Both in the 2022 and 2023 season, he contributed for 15 goals with the Utah Raptors and Ohio Aviators, respectively. Now driving down, Walsh looking across, nearly an own goal there by Wille Karlberg. Scharnberg having to dive, advantage granted. Fresno ball. Karlberg down to Johansson. Rasmus Johansson looking down deep, but it goes straight into the hands of Schlad. Albin Nilsson now in center court. The pass to Grenapin on the wing. Back over to Nilsson. Just too far to get a shot attempt off. Matt Smith's attempt is intercepted. Now it's a run for the ball. Mendoza and Knight. The players banging their sticks against the boards in excitement. Things are heating up here. Battle for possession in the corner. Play's going to be stopped. It'll be a hit awarded to Ohio.
We see the chippiness come into play here a little bit, and a lot of body leaning going on between Knight and the player he was running in against. I didn't happen to catch who that was. I think it was Mendoza, in fact. But a lot of body leaning, and it turned into body blows as they got closer to the boards, and I think other players read off of that, and eventually the physicality toned down a little bit as we got the stoppage.
It's like we said before, this is going to be a matchup of two teams who enjoy being physical, who are going to have a lot of energy against each other. Already, just as players, that's their personality as we've seen them play in the NAFL before, but especially given the fact that a lot of Ohio's Canadian line comes from Fresno talent last season. Stick deflection there, gets the ball out to Mendoza, driving past Harstead. Look at the speed. Unable to get the ball to Kangas for the fast break offensive, but Adrian Amdahl still maintaining possession there. Push from Hannes Carlson. It'll be a Fresno ball. Heading to the corner now to take it is Billy Nilsson, number 73 for Fresno. Part of their new talent that they've added in to compensate for the loss of Matt Smith and his line. Adding more heavily with Swedish talent here. Neumann backing off. Castellanos to Nyberg. Looking for Nilsson with a close shot. Attempt there by Neumann. Saved by Schlad. And Trent, that's such a small distance, such a short distance to close. What is the reaction time like? What is that process to be able to see that ball coming?
Well, so really that's a positional save by Peter there. Honestly, he starts out from his post, from his right post, and he's reading Neumann. Neumann's been in that same spot all game long, so he's reading the pass there already, and it just so happens that it hit him. Like if you pick a spot from that area as a player, as a goalie, you're not stopping it.
Just another reason why Schlad is one of the best in the league year after year. And now a battle for possession in the corner. Looks like Nilsson coming away with it. He'll get a pass off to Jonas Castellanos. Castellanos facing double pressure here. No look pass to Nyberg, far side. He's got a bit of space. The pass down to Samuel Linda. Linda back to Castellanos at the point. Nyberg backing off around the perimeter, far side. Hannes Carlson coming out to meet him. Cross court over to Billy Nilsson. Nilsson driving in, a move around Mellon, but he loses control of the ball, forced behind the goal. Worcester's throwing, pressuring him. Mellon coming up to meet him, getting low, ready to deflect that pass. He's able to get it to Nyberg off the helmet of Schlad.
And once again, another positional save. Schlad knew that the pass was coming out there in that circumstance. He's seen that now a few different times from Nilsson, and he was able to beat the pass out in front, and the ball simply just hits him as he makes the save.
And Amdahl getting in the middle of that passing lane there, able to block the pass attempt by Smith before he gets the shot attempt off. A free hit awarded here to the Fresno Force. Amdahl set to take it.
And the officials calling the stick infractions a little bit more closely, calling the body a little bit more closely as we get to the midway point of this second period. Is again, they're trying to kind of rein the physicality, rein the game in. Another great read save by Claude there. The ball simply hit his leg, but again, without doing that shoulder check, knowing that Mendoza was there, he doesn't make that save.
And Ohio's been doing a great job so far staving off the Fresno offensive and making their lead a little bit more concrete here. Amdahl, far side, over to Johansson. Shot attempt from deep, straight into the hands of Peter Schlad.
And that's the second time that Johansson has taken a long-distance shot. And on a goalie like Schlad, that's basically a turnover. You're looking there for a rebound, but unless you have bodies in front, he didn't that time, he didn't when he took the shot on the left wing, you're basically saying, hey, Ohio, have the ball, because a goalie like that is not going to make a mistake on the rebound.
That pass intercepted Johansson. Over to Nilsson. And once again, they're able to connect the 1-2-3, third time's a charm. Assist set there between Billy Nilsson and Rasmus Johansson.
And if you're Johansson, that's a lot more of a high percentage shot than those point shots are. But honestly, once again, a good read about the same player we've talked about all game long. Billy Nilsson is able to make that pass across. He knows that Johansson is capable of volleying it, so he can raise it into the air a little bit. It was an easy volley for Johansson into the back of the net. But again, Nilsson, the playmaker here for Fresno, and he's one of those guys where you look at his shot and you're like, well, he should shoot more. But he's so good at making plays happen for other people, setting people up. And I believe that is his third or fourth assist in this game on the 5 goals that Fresno has.
And with that, 7 minutes, 41 seconds remaining. Now we have got a score here. Fresno 5, Ohio 7, looking to keep climbing back up to that point and tearing down Ohio's lead. Heading down for the faceoff, it'll be number 91, Hannes Carlson, against number 34, Alex Neumann. And it's certainly been a high-energy, contested matchup. It's been a lot of fun to watch as it's gotten higher and higher scoring. What a way to start off the 2024 NAFL season with two returning teams, both eager to make a vow for the Troy Cup this season. Nilsson driving down, deflected. Mellon able to come away with it for Ohio. Spinning around Linda, shot attempt. Off the stick there of Nyberg, staying in bounds. It's blitzed on Castellanos. Nyberg coming to assist. Nyberg going to the ground. Helping each other up. It's all love between the two of them. Nyberg taking the ball now. A pass to Neumann, far side. Miscommunication there on the pass. Kim Nyberg having to go back into his own corner, but Ohio's not going to try and press them.
And again, that miscommunication, something that happens in game one of a season when you bring players from all of these different backgrounds together, still getting each other's intricacies correct. However, if you continue making those mistakes 3-4 games into the season, Ohio as a team will pressure you, and that'll come back to bite you.
And the pass in the center there to Neumann. He'll try a shot attempt, but it goes off the body of Kalle Harstedt. Back out to Kim Nyberg. Down to Neumann. Shot attempt straight between the legs of Peter Slad. He'll pass it out to Hannes Karlsson. With Cedric Grenapin in space. Trying to get it in close, and he's able to. Grenapin to Mellon for an Ohio Aviators goal. He'll get it around Scharnberg.
And again, that's another play that starts with Hannes Karlsson coming down the left side. He's able to open up the latecomer into the play in Grenapin. And one of the things that was mentioned to me, I talked to a couple of players and a couple of coaches during the intermission break between the first and second. They said, hey, Fresno is not keeping track of the trailer. In this case, in this circumstance, the trailer was Grenapin. He was able to take his time, find Mellon, who went right to the net. And we talked about Mellon's body control, whereas his stick control is also excellent. An easy tip for him on the doorstep.
And with that now our score, Fresno Force 5, Ohio Aviators 8, with just over 6 minutes remaining here in the second period. Albin Nilsson around the crease, looking for a deep pass off the boards. I don't know how that stayed in bounds. Trying to find Grenapin there for an assist. Unable to. Matt Smith coming around, close to the crease. The ball sails just past Justin Knight. Now Melvin Mendoza looking to recover for Fresno as Ohio makes it back to their own territory. And it's going to be Karlberg. Pass down to Johansson. Into Mendoza, chipped away. Grenapin off the boards, maintaining possession, but it's going to go straight to Fresno once more. Wille Karlberg, the pass over to Rasmus Johansson. Grenapin able to capitalize on that slow pass. A lucky save there by Scharnberg.
And again, those are the type of focus-based mistakes that are eventually going to come back and bite you. They might not bite you game 1 of the season, but they're going to bite you game 3, game 4 of the season, and if you make it to the playoffs, you certainly cannot be that loosey-goosey with the ball.
And Justin Knight losing a shoe there on the court. It's still there right by the edge of the crease. He had to come out and substitute quickly. Kalle Harstedt just now coming in to make sure that Ohio has 5 on the court. Billy Nilsson with a full court press, staying in the crease. The pass down to Hannes Karlsson at half court, far wing. Number 72, Johansson there, able to get possession. Shot attempt goes off the body of Schlad. He'll send it down to Karlsson once more on the far wing. Over to Mellon, driving the pass to Alejandro, unable to get away from Neumann and get a shot attempt off. Now Fresno trying to return the favor. Nilsson's shot attempt goes off the feet there of Kalle Harstedt. Through his legs, but on the outside of the goal, Schlad going to send it down, this time to Felix Osterstrom. He's got some open space and some speed in front of him. Shot attempt off of Scharnberg. A double save there. Alejandro nearly able to chip it in, as he's done twice before this match.
That was a great job tracking that rebound by Scharnberg. He's able to see where the ball hit off of him, track it across, and although he wasn't able to get his legs across it, at least able to get most of his body across to make the save on the volley attempt by Alejandro.
Now Mellon on the close wing. Pass deflected off the body of Billy Nilsson. Nilsson looking for a call, but it's not going to be in his favor. It'll be Ohio's ball. Nilsson set to take it here for Ohio. He'll pass to Kortmach.
The back and forth nature of this game and the fact that we've seen this game mostly play out in transition to this point, I think that's amping up the intensity, because if you play more of a half set or more of a set offensive possession there, it's a little bit more difficult for that body-on-body contact as you're rushing back, trying to get back in defensive position that we've seen a lot of in this second period. And I would wager that the third period will be just as chippy as Fresno tries to mount a comeback.
Pass deflected there by Johansson. Forced out to the far wing, looking for Mendoza, but just enough hesitation. Alvin Nilsson's able to capitalize on and send it down. Adrian Andal's going to be forced to take the ball behind his own goal line, facing two defenders. He's able to get it out. Johansson sends it to the far side, but it bounces out of bounds. It's going to be an Ohio Aviators ball. Just over 3 minutes remaining here in the second period.
They got you talking like an auctioneer, Tanner. This is almost a pickup style of floorball here. It's like not a lot of coordination here. Once you get the ball, you pin your ears back, you go towards the net, you hope a teammate will be there. And we've seen some nice looking goals this way, but we've also seen a lot of turnovers in the middle of the pitch.
It's certainly a flashy, exciting way to play, but it's, as you said, Trent, not always sustainable. And it certainly is also fostering a lot more high energy on the court, and that's leading to even more of that physicality, as we just saw a little bit of contact there between Mellon and Castellanos. Play stop there. Samuel Linda not seeming to be too happy.
I think it was Ohio's free hit, and Fresno took it instead, and they corrected it. And now okay, so they basically said, no, it was Fresno's ball, but it was on the referee's whistle. And so Nielsen played it before the whistle sounded. They're resetting everything, said, hey, go back on my whistle. And so when you're down there on the pitch, the referee, if there's a reason that they've had to stop the clock for something else, they will say, on my whistle, when you stand over the ball. And in that case, I don't know that Nielsen heard it.
Kalle Harstedt sending it across the court to Osterstrom. Shot attempt, sails wide off the backboards. No one from Ohio is going to try and press there. They certainly got enough of a lead that in the remaining 3 minutes of the second period, they can try and just focus on defense and focus on their game. Neumann, he'll go into the ground there. It's going to be another call here for Fresno.
And I want to credit the two referees here, because they're trying to keep the game in check. They're trying to call some of the physicality, some of the silly stick infractions here. But I feel like we're boiling up to the point where there's going to be a 2 minute here sooner rather than later.
It certainly seems there's been a build-up so far, and both sidelines, too, are getting very invested in the game. We've heard a lot of chirping from the sidelines, a lot of energy, and it's fun to see, but only whenever it keeps the players in check and not out of line. Grenapin able to kick the ball and maintain possession on the fast break. He had Nilsson there for the assist, but wasn't able to maintain possession of the ball. Now Willik Alberg driving down off the feet of Knight. Rasmus Johansson still able to maintain it. He's at half court now. They go across the court to Adrian Amdahl, number 9. Grenapin again playing aggressive there. The up man for the Aviators defense. Johansson cross court. Mendoza shot goes off the body of number 15, Taylor Walsh. That's something that he has shown to be one of his strengths every season he's played in the NAFL. Previous 2 years for Fresno, he's always been great getting his body low as a defender, staying close to the crease.
Yeah, we kind of call him a junkyard dog. He's going to get in a lot of those board battles. He's going to block a lot of shots, partially block that shot as well. But he's a guy who does a lot of little things right, and it adds up to being a very good player and a very good player for the Canadian national team.
Taking a brief time here. Looks like Baether Schlad might have gotten hit there with a stick as everything got close in to the crease and to the goalkeeper's area.
Yeah, I think he's just taking time for himself here. This is something that a few goalies are very good at doing. Pasi Järvinen of Minnesota is also very good at doing this, of kind of controlling the pace of the game when he gets an opportunity. And he sensed that his team needed to calm down a little bit, so he took his time over on the sidelines, collected himself, got water, took his time getting back into the net. Järvinen is one of those that does that quite a bit for Minnesota.
Fresno wasting no time there after Osterstrom sent the ball out of bounds on the hit. Andreas Blix now taking possession, driving down. He'll pass to Carlson. Shot sailing wide off the backboards. Castellanos is there to recover, but Blix isn't giving him much breathing room. The pass out to Kim Nyberg. He's got Linda to his right, Neumann to his left. Instead, he'll go cross-court to Billy Nilsson. Mellon with some aggressive physical defense there, forcing him towards the corner. Shot attempt by Nyberg just off the left post. trying to thread the needle. Billy Nilsson looking into the crease, deflected there by Osterstrom. Mellon now with the ball, going behind his own goal line. And the ball will get sent up and caught in the dividing net of the arena.
Well, I love these new balls, and I hate to lose one that way.
Yeah.
That's not coming down again until they send the dividing net down.
It's easy to see. It's easy to see that it's lost too.
Exactly. Lost forever, or at least until they bring the net back down.
It'll be a welcome gift to whoever takes down that dividing net.
I would take that gift.
And now Johansson, the pass over to Karlberg. Amdahl goes across, but that pass is blocked there. Nilsson trying to find Grenapin. He's been great on the break all day, but he's going to the backboards there. The ball's kicked up to where Schoenberg can get to it. Now David Kangas with an opportunity just wide to the right. Ohio staying alive by inches. Walsh to Kortemanch. Nilsson now looking to slow things down. David Kangas and Adrian Amdahl still playing up here for the Fresno defense. Amdahl finally retreating as they cycle around. Matt Smith sends the pass down deep to Cedric Grenapin. Battling against Karlberg, he's able to come away with possession in his own territory.
Fresno will look for last shot here.
And it's good! Trent, you've been a fortune teller all day. With 6 seconds remaining in the first period, number 97, Wille Karlberg, is able to connect and bring Fresno 1 goal closer again with 6 seconds left on the clock. Your score is now Fresno 4-6, Ohio Aviators 8.
And I think that was Kortemanch in front of Peter Klad, who could not see that shot come off. Exploded through the legs of Kortemanch. It was an excellent seeing eye shot, but also a hard shot, a firm shot, and a shot to the back post, which is the best kind of shot to take if you're holding for a shot with 10 seconds left, because it usually ensures that there's not going to be a break in the opposite direction because you have someone flow into that backside.
In the last few seconds, we'll see what they can do. Nyberg sends the ball straight into Slot's hands, a man down there. Kalle Harstead able to get back up to his feet after a hit there, and with that, that will end the second period of action here between the Fresno Force and the Ohio Aviators. Certainly anybody's game, a fun one to watch, and you're not going to want to miss the third period of exciting action here as we see who's going to come out on top between the Force and the Aviators. And of course, Floorball fans, stay tuned during the intermission as we'll be bringing you another exclusive NAFL player interview. Well, Floorball fans, we've just concluded the second period of action here between the Force and the Aviators. I'm joined here by number 24 for Fresno, Melvin Mendoza. Melvin, how are you feeling after 2 periods?
Yeah, first of all, nice to be here. The first period wasn't so good. We wasn't weak, and the first minute we wasn't here. But this period, the second period, yeah, was much better, both defensive and offensive. But we still need to be better in front of our own goal and opponent's goal. But yeah, we can do our best period now, the third. So yeah.
Well, Melvin, you're one of the fastest players on your team. This has obviously been a fast-paced game. What's it been like trying to keep up with the stamina? I can hear you breathing heavy right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first game. I mean, I haven't played since the qualification. So, yeah, but yeah, we need to work hard and then you can run fast.
And Melvin, what do you think is going to be the key for you guys in the third period as you try and cut down the Ohio lead and come out on top?
Yeah, as I said, we need to be better in front of our own goal. They have like 5-6 goals in front of our own keeper. We need to get the ball away.
Very well. Well, best of luck with that, Melvin. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Floorball fans, don't go anywhere. In less than 10 minutes, we'll bring you the exciting conclusion between the Fresno Force and the Ohio Aviators. Well, Floorball fans, it's almost time to head back down to the court for what's set to be a high-energy, high-scoring final period of the matchup between the Force and Aviators. But before we do, we'd like to remind you about our sponsors. First of all, Kempa. If you like what our referees are wearing, then you like Kempa. Kempa is the official clothing partner of the NAFL, and they're ready to support you in all of your athletic clothing needs. We also have a new official partnership for our floorballs this season. If you like those Swiss media yellow floorballs you're seeing, they represent the best in floorball technology, brought to you exclusively by Fat Pipe. And of course, floorball fans, if you, like me, are itching to see all of the statistics from this season and the past online, you can do it at sportninja.com. When you search for the NAFL, you'll find data from all 3 seasons that's ready for you and your analytics. Now let's head back down to the court, where it's going to be number 34, Alex Neumann, against number 91, Hannes Carlson. It's been a high-energy matchup, a lot of transition play. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to come out on top because it's still anybody's matchup. Fresno, of course, has gained a lot of momentum, especially towards the ends of each period. Ohio has been able to be relentless when it comes to the pace, but Fresno has been relentless when it comes to the energy. They are still willing to be high energy even when they're put on the back of their heels, and that's made all the difference in keeping them alive in this match so far. Neumann behind the goal, trying to get it out to Wheeler Karlberg. Nyberg sends it far side over to Billy Nilsson. Nilsson juking around, goes off the stick of Mellon. I don't even think he knew it. Now Hannes Carlson losing the ball, taken by Wheeler Karlberg, but it's going to be awarded as a free hit to Ohio. Kalle Harstedt sending it far side to Zach Mellon. Back down to Harstedt. Mendoza pressuring him. Zach Mellon on the far side. He'll go down. Carlson looking across to Osterstrom. Phenomenal save there. Ball keeps getting chipped away by Fresno. Mendoza able to get it out to Billy Nilsson. Nilsson's shot goes off the stick there as Zach Mellon. Deflected off the body. Now it's Harstedt passing it over to Osterstrom in the backcourt. Kalle Harstedt passing it off there to Justin Knight as the Canadian line comes out here for the Aviators, made up of talent that we've seen year in and year out in the NAFL. 4 members of this line are all returners, and 3 of them for 2-year veterans in the NAFL. Taylor Walsh, Matt Smith, Albin Nilsson. Matt Smith, the pass intended for Grenepen, but it's deflected away. Now Rasmus Johansson driving down. Justin Knight able to recover here for the Aviators. He'll pass it over to Albin Nilsson, who's got space as Fresno retreats. We'll go over to Taylor Walsh on the close wing. Walsh, center court over to Matt Smith. Albin Nilsson unable to maintain possession as David Kangas drives, but his pass will go straight into the stick of Matt Smith. Nilsson losing control, but he's still on the far side looking to make a move. Will pass down to Matt Smith, looking for it at 3/4 court. Back down to Justin Knight. Across to Taylor Walsh. Shot attempt from deep. Goes just off the hand of Scharnberg. Substitutions here for both teams. Karlberg passes over to Billy Nilsson. Both sidelines certainly staying invested. It's been a high-energy game so far. A lot of aggression from both teams. A lot of counterattacking. This period seems to have been no exception so far as Mendoza and Carlson battle for the ball. It's going to be Zach Mellon passing it down, but it goes off the foot there of referee Vince Faso. They'll head to the corner for a face-off here. 2.5 minutes down so far in the third period. Still scoreless here in the third. Fresno going to need to start making a move quickly in order to regain some more momentum, the same that they had at the end of the second period, and be able to bring this game home. Whenever we spoke to Melvin Mendoza during the intermission, he said that the key for Fresno as they look to the third period and look to bring this game home is going to be being better around their own goal, preventing Ohio from getting in close to the crease and making those shots from short range against Scharnberg. Alex Neumann, powerful shot attempt, sailing wide of the goal. He's not happy about that one. It's going to be Ohio's ball on the inbound. Taylor Walsh set to take it. Walsh over to Nilsson. Full court press there from Mendoza, forcing Nilsson into open waters. Walsh will go back down to Kortmanch inside the crease. Walsh coming up to half court. The pass to Grenopin. He's got Matt Smith for support. Adrian Amdahl on defense behind him. Will pass over to Taylor Walsh. The shot goes deflected off the stick of Neumann. Grenopin with an opportunity goes off the body of Castellanos. Referees are going to call it a Fresno inbound here after that shot attempt sailed wide out of bounds. Number 9, Adrian Amdahl set to take the ball here. He'll inbound to Castellanos. Grenopin on the press, forcing Amdahl behind his own goal. He'll chip it over to Castellanos. Grenopin not letting up in the slightest. You've got to wonder how both of these teams, with 2 functioning lines and substitutions in between, have been able to keep up this energy all game. I think it's a testament to the excitement that we have here in the NAFL, the rivalry that these teams have developed over time. Johansson shot attempt just saved by Schlott on a double rebound off his body. An impressive save indeed, keeping Ohio's lead alive. Still scoreless here after 4 minutes in the third period. Grenopin driving down deep, trying to change that, looking for a man to pass to. His pass deflected off the stick there of Castellanos. Grenopin making moves around Amdahl. He'll go off the board, find Thomas Kortmanch around half court. He's going to be backed up there by Ganga, so he'll pass over to Grenopin. Grenopin in open waters. Ball chipped away there by Samuel Linda. Fresno on the counterattack. Rasmus Johansson shot attempt sails just wide right. Kyle Harstedt set to take it. We go with a cross-court pass over to Zach Mellon. Back to Kyle Harstedt. Mellon now facing pressure here from Billy Nilsson. Mendoza as well coming up to meet him. Fresno is not letting up here, trying to create some counter-offensive opportunities. It's going to be an Ohio ball. The pass down to Blixt. Cross-court pass powerful to Zach Mellon. Ball nearly trampled underfoot there. Some fancy footwork between the 3 of them. Carlson, Karlberg, and Mellon. Able to get out to Kim Nyber across court. Off the boards, Alex Neumann. Neumann. Center lane shot attempt goes off the foot there of Hannes Carlson. El Pistolero. Comes down to Billy Nilsson now. On the close wing. Goes not just into the boards, but down the boards, and that's going to be a penalty call. Nilsson able to get back to his feet. That's going to be number 24, Andreas Blixt, owner, coach, and player for his own team, heading to the penalty box. And with that penalty, Fresno is now going to enter power play at a critical moment. 15 minutes remaining in the third period. They're only down by 2 goals. As we know, floorball is a fast-paced, high-energy sport where absolutely anything can happen, meaning it's very much their game, and power play just brings them one step closer to it. Johansson. Neumann. Go back over to Nyberg at the point. He's got Wille Karlberg there in the center. He'll go across. Johansson scores! A quick end to power play there. Rasmus Johansson able to come away with the power play goal after just a few moments, bringing Fresno 1 goal closer to victory. 14 minutes, 52 seconds remaining in the third period. Your score, Fresno 4-7, Ohio Aviators 8. There's beautiful power play offense there by Fresno. Waiting for the right opportunity. It didn't take long to present itself. Passing around the perimeter, that cross-course assist to Johansson, a beautiful shot. Now heading down for the faceoff. It's going to be Neumann on Nilsson. Recovery by Fresno. Wille Karlberg passes to Nyberg, goes over to Nilsson, driving far side. Ball chipped out into open space. Wille Karlberg having to go to recover it around the crease. Come down close side. Neumann driving. The pass to Mendoza. He won't be able to field it, giving Walsh an opportunity. Board's pushed out again. It's going to be a Fresno ball, wasting no time to take it. Neumann behind the goal. The pass over to Nilsson, deflected off the stick of Albin Nilsson. Billy Nilsson to Neumann, nearly rolling through the legs of Peter Slav, but he's able to hold on to it. Pass intended for Matt Smith, chipped up there by Kim Nyberg. Nilsson behind the goal, looking for an opportunity. Nilsson on one side, Knight on the other. Neumann still able to come away with possession, but he's being forced back by Grenipin that gets the pass out to Wille Karlberg. Ball goes off a foot there. Melvin Mendoza recovering for Fresno in the corner, facing 2-on-1 coverage. The ball's chipped out of bounds. It's going to be another Fresno ball, doing a great job maintaining the momentum they gained after that power play goal. Looking to use it to even the score up here with just under 14 minutes. But now it's Grenipin on a breakaway, looking for Scharnberg. Just saved! What a save there by Oscar Viking Scharnberg. The ball quite literally chipped up and landed on his chest. Now it's substitutions here for both teams. Castellanos passes to Amdahl at the point. Johansson back to Amdahl. Breaking into the center lane. He'll lose the ball, but the pass still gets off to Castellanos. Amdahl, shot from deep, goes off the body of his own man. Trying to find the ball in space. It's a mad grab through the legs of Amdahl. Hannes Carlson driving. They pass across the court to Mellon. Alejandro just deflected. Kicked away there by Castellanos, but Kalle Harstedt still able to get to it. The ball sailing out of bounds, and it's going to be an Ohio Aviators hit in. Calling time real quick to wipe the crease in Fresno's territory. And now play ready to resume. Zach Mellon set to take it. Kalle Harstedt coming to the close wing. Felix Osterström. Back to Kalle Harstedt. Linda pushing him further and further into his own territory. Hannes Carlson nearly losing control. The ball's chipped up and away. It's going to be an Ohio hit in. They'll maintain possession. Kalle Harstedt to Felix Osterström. Over to Harstedt. Back at his own goal line. Hannes Carlson. Far side. Shot attempt. Sails wide off the back boards. Adrian Amdahl there to recover for Fresno. Ohio doing a good job increasing their time of possession this period as they look to stop the Fresno comeback. Nilsson now at half court. Pausing there, looking for a man. Try to look across court, but it goes straight into the stick of Hannes Carlson after a deflection. Grenipin now for Ohio in Fresno territory, looking to get it out to somebody, anybody. Mendoza nearly going to the ground, but able to maintain possession. Now on the far side, it's Billy Nilsson, but he'll lose the ball behind him. Now it's going to be number 9, Zach Mellon, stopped up at half court by number 34, Alex Neumann. Neumann driving down, shot attempt goes off the body of number 90, Thomas Kordemanch. Kordemanch coming, close wing. Wille Karlberg on him tight. He'll lose control. Mendoza once again there. The spin pass behind him. Nilsson shot just saved by number 35, Peter Slav. Walsh behind his own goal. He'll pass out to Kordemanch. Cross court to Nilsson. He'll have to kick it to maintain possession. Driving in close. Scharnberg grabs the ball right out from under him. Matt Smith chipping the ball there, but it's going to draw a high stick call. It'll be a Fresno ball. Matt Smith, of course, known as one of the Canadian Export's founding members. Certainly one of the most physical players, most intriguing players in the league, perhaps one of the most divisive, formerly a member of the Fresno Force, now a member of the Ohio Aviators. And he's already made his impact on this team known, leading his fellow Canadians as well as integrating well with his former opponents. Amdahl shot sails wide right, out of bounds. It's going to be an Ohio hit in. And now it's going to be Taylor Walsh inbounding here for Ohio. Harstedt working with Nilsson far side. Will come down. Back out to Harstedt. Nilsson on the far wing again. Ohio looking to slow down the pace of this game. Come down the Walsh, speeding up the pace of the passing here a little bit. Deflected there unknowingly off the stick of David Kangas. Taken there by Rasmus Johansson. The pass to Kangas deflected by Grenopin. Kicked away there. Looking for an opportunity somewhere, anywhere to send it. The ball's chipped out of bounds. It'll be a Fresno hit in. Pass deflected there by Neumann. Mellon on the counteroffensive. Carlson trying to get it to Alejandro. Mellon goes into the boards there. Going to force play to be stopped. And now the ball goes to Hannes Carlson. The pass over to Mellon. Mellon, who has a hat trick in today's match, has been an effective leader of this Ohio team as he was last season, and certainly more so now. Hannes Carlson missing the Michigan attempt. And looks like a hold there. Referee Yanni Shoren saying, I saw that. It's going to be Ohio's ball. Osterstrom, the pass to Hannes Carlson. We'll go to Mellon. Chipped away there by Billy Nilsson. Nyberg getting it out to Nilsson on the fast break offensive. He's got Harstedt to beat. Ball just sails on the outside of the goal. Out of bounds. It's going to be ruled Fresno's ball. Aviators upset about that call. Billy Nilsson set to inbound. He'll go across. He was looking there for Willik Alberg. Slide there to make the save. Nilsson facing heavy pressure. Less than 10 minutes remain in this third period. Mellon's shot attempt deflected by Kim Nyberg, sailing out of bounds. It's going to be an Aviators ball. Fresno so close to completing the comeback. 1 goal to go before they tie it up. Matt Smith heading out to take the ball for Ohio. We'll go with a pass. Still looking. Off the boards, he'll find his man, Justin Knight. Both members of Canadian Floorball. They certainly have great pre-existing chemistry here. Smith backing up his own teammate, Albin Nilsson. Looking for space behind his enemy's goal. He's able to get it back out tonight. Ohio's going to look to reset their offense as Fresno continues this press, trying to drive them out of their own territory. Walsh coming now into the center lane. Will pass behind himself to Cedric Grenopin. He'll send a chip shot deep. Deflected off the body of Amdahl. Matt Smith trying to make something of it. It looks like all he's making is a Fresno offensive. David Kangas on the drive. Saved in the nick of time by Schlad. Samuel Linda unable to connect and get a shot attempt off before Schlad was able to grab it. Cedric Grenopin fighting for breathing room in Fresno territory. Chipped away by Amdahl. He's going to have possession pretty handily. Able to break away. He'll get the angle on Grenopin. You can see Ohio especially starting to slow down. They've been playing high energy all game, but that's certainly wearing on them. Mendoza shot from deep, deflected by Nilsson. Grabbed out of the air by Schlad. Nilsson going behind his own goal. He'll pass to Kalle Harstedt. Cross court, he'll find Blixt. Neumann on defense, off the backboards. Mellon unable to break away from Amdahl, but there's going to be a foul there. It's going to be an Ohio Aviators ball. 8 minutes remaining. Fresno now being pushed pretty heavily into a defensive mode here after enjoying some offensive momentum. For the Aviators, who are trying to expand their lead here, get to a place where they can be more comfortable. Blixt. He'll go with a pass back out to Hannes Carlson. Over to Osterstrom, chipped away there. It's a 2-on-1 fast break. Mendoza and Nilsson. Back to Mendoza. Off the rebound. What an incredible play. And what an incredible goal there by the Fresno Force to tie it all up. Off the fast break offensive, that's what we've been seeing all game. And now with 7 minutes, 42 seconds remaining in the match, your score is all tied up here, live from Georgetown, Texas. It's Fresno Force 8, Ohio Aviators 8. Recovery on the faceoff there by Fresno. Willa Kahlberg takes it with a pass to Adrian Amdahl. Pass over to Amdahl. And that last goal was another from Melvin Mendoza, who's come out very quickly and shown his worth and value to this team. He's brought a lot of speed, a lot of aggression, and he's been able to make a lot of those fast break opportunities, and he got an incredible rebound goal off the body of Peter Slad there in order to tie it up. That was a pivotal moment, and now with 7 minutes remaining in the third period, the onus is on both teams to score here to prevent this from going to overtime. Ohio needs to retake the momentum they've been steadily building all game. Fresno needs to turn their flashes of greatness into a more sustained offensive drive. The pass to Walsh, he's got some space. On the close wing, he'll go across to Thomas Kortmaj. Off the boards, Cedric Grenapin chips the ball up, looking for Smith. Nilsson shot, just saved. Matt Smith unable to get another attempt off. Willa Kahlberg holding onto the ball while his team makes substitutions. He'll hand it off to Billy Nilsson, number 73. Kim Nyberg, down to Kahlberg. Matt Smith able to come away with a steal, looking for a pass to Grenapin. Kahlberg is there. Smith not letting up. Nyberg staying around the crease, and now Ohio starting to back off. Nyberg now in his own territory, looking for a man to pass to. We'll go with the easy route over to Billy Nilsson. Back to Nyberg. Now a little bit more open space. Grenapin coming to meet him. We'll go to Mendoza on the close wing. Mendoza pass down deep to Alex Neumann. Neumann battling there against Osterstrom. Facing pressure on the boards. Matt Smith able to come over with the ball and spin around Mendoza. Mendoza's got speed, but Smith has got size. Mendoza will release, allowing Smith to come up to half court, looking for a pass. He'll pause there. They'll go over to Cedric Grenapin, back to Matt Smith. Melvin Mendoza, the up man here for the Fresno defense. Now Kalle Harstead backing off to the crease. Going behind his own goal. Pass in the center to Mellon, who was left with some space. That could be dangerous. Alvin Nilsson now. Facing a little chip there from Kim Nyberg. Kalle Harstead. In center court, chipped away by Neumann. Neumann takes the pass back. He'll go to Billy Nilsson, who goes to the ground. Mendoza with a powerful, powerful shot attempt. But it sails just high over the goal. It's Ohio's ball. They're taking it quickly. Zach Mellon now with possession on the far side. Will pass it down to Kalle Harstead. Osterstrom in the center lane, passing behind himself. Felix Osterstrom. Goes back to Harstead. Ohio slowing down the pace of the game. Less than 5 minutes remaining. We go on the far boards. Mellon missing the pass there. Fresno with an opportunity. Harstead and Mellon are able to save that error very quickly. Hannes Carlson now behind the goal. A pass to Kalle Harstead. And now it seems both teams are almost trying to wait each other out. Let's see who messes up first. Amdahl able to pass it down to Linda. Linda over to Johansson. Looking for Kangas, just chipped away by the Aviators. Still Fresno maintaining offense here. Looking to keep the drive alive. Johansson over to Amdahl. Go to Kahlberg. Back to Amdahl. Alejandro playing man coverage there. Johansson driving. Shot sails wide and out of bounds. It's going to be an Ohio ball here. 4 minutes remaining. Justin Knight wasting no time here. The Knight Rider moving in traffic. He'll pass behind himself. Walsh over to Grenapin. Grenapin with some space. Neumann having to adjust to cover him. Knight losing control. Kim Nyberg, the experienced defender, able to get the ball away. He'll pass over to Billy Nilsson on the far side. Through the legs of Grenapin. Matt Smith to the boards with Mendoza. These two have been going at it all day, two of the most aggressive players for their respective teams. No call, but half the boards have gone down in the arena. A save by Scharnberg as it's a scene of absolute chaos here. No call there on the contact between Mendoza and Smith, but it's only going to contribute to the tension here. That ball sailing off the far boards. Walsh trying to recover in his own territory. Schlatt having to dive to save the ball. Just over 3 minutes remaining now. Still anybody's game. A tie ball game here between the Force and the Aviators. Justin Knight driving far side. Pass intended for Gretopin. Instead bounces out of bounds. Three minutes, 4 seconds remaining here. Kalaharstedt taking the hit here for the Aviators. Will pass to Kordemanch. Harstedt now back in his own territory with less than 3 minutes remaining. It's going to be interesting to see if there's any change of strategy here from Ohio as we get ever closer to overtime. Kordemanch trying to get the pass off to Mellon for a shot. Scharnberg able to take it. The pass to Johansson just saved by Schlad. Every save is more and more crucial as time winds down. 2-on-1 on the far boards. Kim Nyberg able to come away with it. The pass to Johansson. The shot attempt goes off the body of number 91. Hannes Karlsson goes off the body of Osterstrom. And now it's a mad grab. Nyberg shot saved by Schlad. Johansson fighting for the ball goes off the body of Kortmanch. Now it's back into Fresno territory. David Kangas able to control it. Zach Mellon following him with a full court press. Adrian Amdahl, number 9. Trying to slow the game down. Will pass it over to Alex Neumann. Nilsson also in for Fresno along with Mendoza. They're sending out some of their most aggressive players, trying to close this game out in the last 2 minutes. Neumann over to Nilsson. Shipped away by Kalle Harstedt. Advantage play granted here. Across to Nyberg. Down to Amdahl at the point. Back to Nyberg. Ohio heavily contesting the crease here. He'll go across to Nilsson. The ball chips up off his stick and out of bounds. It's going to be an Ohio ball with 1:38 remaining. Albin Nilsson taking it here for Ohio. He'll pass to Justin Knight. Now a battle for possession here in the center. Matt Smith getting the pass out, but now stolen by Mendoza, but he's unable to maintain possession of it. Keeps getting forced to the boards. Alex Neumann there for support. The pass off the boards to Wille Karlberg. Neumann, cross-court pass, successful to Amdahl. Karlberg, shot attempt from deep, sails wide and out of bounds. Fresno's ball. My goodness, the atmosphere is heating up here in the arena. Both players realize how close of a game this is with 1 minute left to go in regulation. It's still tied up. Fresno 8 versus Ohio 8. These are two teams that are high octane, high energy. Both have come here hungry to start off their season the right way as they look to make it to the Troy Cup. For Ohio, it's a matter of redemption, showing what they think should have been the rightful outcome of last season. For Fresno, it's a matter of maintaining the dominance that got them to the championship matchup for the Troy Cup last season. Timeout taken here as both teams look to discuss strategy. You can see these huddles aren't intense. With the whistle, both teams coming back out to the court. It'll be Fresno's ball to resume. Number 73, Billy Nilsson, getting ready to take this crucial hit. Looking for a man. Go to the point to Nyberg. Back out to Nilsson. pass attempt from deep, getting it to the crease, but it's hit out and away. Nilsson having to recover in his own territory. 50 seconds left in regulation. Off the body there, and Nilsson, a shoulder check there that Nilsson's not too happy about. Wille Karlberg at his own crease. A pass to Nyberg on the close wing. 40 seconds remaining in regulation. Nyberg, pass attempt from deep, goes off the backboards. It's going to be Mellon on Nilsson here in the corner for possession. Fresno coming away with it. Nilsson looking for a man. Will find Alex Neumann on the close wing. Shot attempt goes off the stick there of Osterstrom. It's going to be Fresno's inbound. Less than 30 seconds on the clock. Neumann to Nilsson. Looking in the crease. Neumann going to the ground, losing possession. Hannes Carlson looking to get it back. Osterstrom loses it. So does Karlberg. He'll get it out to Nyberg. 15 seconds. Can Fresno make a game-winning goal here, or will we go to overtime? Karlberg over to Nyberg. Shot attempt from deep. A player down here. That was number 78, Kim Nyberg. Able to get back up to his feet by himself. Looks like he just took a hard collision. Mopping up the Gurf floor now after that fall, but I think neither team's going to be able to do much in the 1 second remaining on the clock. It's been an exciting matchup so far, and it looks like there's no end in sight just yet. And with that hit, regulation play is ended. We're going to overtime here between the Fresno Force and the Ohio Aviators, tied 8-8. A reminder that the rules of floorball say there will be a 5-minute sudden death overtime. It's going to be interesting to see because both of these teams have been operating off of just flashes of offense, not so much sustained drives. So we're going to see what's going to shake out as we come back in just a few short moments for overtime. Floorball fans, it's almost time to head down for the 5-minute sudden death overtime here between the Fresno Force and the Ohio Aviators. The Force coming close to making a comeback here after starting the third period with a deficit, but it isn't done yet. We're going to see if the Ohio Aviators can hang on and maintain the same dominance they had earlier this match when they came out to an early 3-0 lead. Billy Nilsson, far side, facing pressure from Mellon. Gets the pass off to Neumann. Shot from deep. Sails wide left off the backboards. Hannes Karlsson recovering for the Aviators. Osterstrom now not facing much aggression here. Mendoza staying up for Fresno's defense, but not pressing like he has been the rest of this match. Osterstrom over to Harstedt. Osterstrom now close wing, driving down in Fresno territory, chipped away. Neumann over to Mendoza. He's got Nilsson for support, but he'll take the shot himself. Saved by Schlad. Now to Nilsson on the fast break counterattack. Facing traffic, saved by Schoenberg. Neumann, the spin around to maintain possession here for Fresno. Back in Ohio territory. A lot of back and forth so far as Nilsson hits the ball back out. He'll get it to Pistolero. Carlson, saved by Schoenberg. The ball's just bouncing out of bounds. It's going to be Ohio's ball. Fresno not happy about that call. 3 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in overtime. Hannes Karlsson. Go down to Walsh. Over to Knight. Back to Walsh. Down deep, no man there. It's going to be a battle of possession between Amdahl and Mellon. Ball gets out to Knight. He takes the attempt, but it sails wide left. Ball rebounded now to Wille Karlberg. Billy Nilsson, far side, looking deep. Karlberg shot sailing just high over the goal. Close looks here for both teams. 3.5 minutes remaining here in overtime. Walsh to court much. Neither team too eager to run a press defense from the start, not looking to overextend themselves. Walsh coming into the center lane. Will go down to Grenopin. Grenopin driving down. Make a pass on the boards to Matt Smith. Back to Grenopin behind the goal, looking for a man in the crease. Deflected off the legs of Adrian Amdahl. 3 minutes remaining in overtime. Wille Karlberg coming up now, pass cross court over to Adrian Amdahl. Find Johansson at the center line, stolen by Grenopin on the counteroffensive. They go behind the goal, the ball bounces off the outside of the net. Now it's going to be a grab for possession. Taylor Walsh able to come away with it. The pass to Justin Knight, chipped up off the stick of Amdahl, off the body of David Genghis. Now it's going to be Cedric Grenopin with the pass down to Taylor Walsh. And it's the delayed penalty call here for the Aviators. That's going to be critical here as we pass the halfway mark. It's a penalty called on number 37, David Kangas. What a critical penalty that is with 2 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in overtime. Now the Ohio Aviators are going to enter power play against the Fresno Force. Team captain Kim Nyberg taking the opportunity to discuss strategy there with his head coach, Bruno Lundborg. Now both teams taking time out here, trying to discuss their strategy as they head into this power play. For Fresno, the objective is going to be staying alive and forcing that ball away. Perhaps their hope now is to send the game to a penalty shootout, which is what happens if neither team is able to score during this sudden death overtime. For Ohio, the name of the game is pressure, keeping the ball in Fresno's territory, not creating any gaping mistakes through over-aggression. Instead, capitalizing on the power play to do exactly what they need to do, which is put one ball in the net. Both teams heading back out now. Fresno's power play squad, Mendoza, Nilsson, Nyberg, and Neumann. It's going to be Matt Smith, number 61. Set to inbound. He'll pass down to Hannes Karlsson. Over to Zach Mellon. Back to Karlsson. He's got Grenopin. bouncing in and out of the crease. Smith behind the goal line looking for an opportunity. He'll pass back over to Albin Nilsson. Zach Mellon losing control. Fresno not pressing aggressively at all. Carlson, shot nearly in. Oh my goodness, just off the post. What a save by Oscar Viking Scharnberg. Now Neumann driving down. The shot attempt is good. I don't believe it. The bleachers clear. The penalty kill goal, and the Fresno Force have come out ahead. And that was Alex Neumann there with that drive down. What a way to end the game. 1:50 seconds remaining in overtime. Fresno, who started out the game down by 3 goals early, able to come away with a phenomenal comeback. Floorball fans, what a way to end our second match of the 2024 NAFL season. It's just a great sign of the things to come. Floorball fans, don't go anywhere just yet. We're going to have an exciting post-game interview for you in just a few seconds. And of course, don't forget that in just under an hour, we'll be bringing to you our third game of exciting floorball action today for the Battle of Texas between the Fort Worth Jaguars and the Texas 39ers. We'll see you in just a moment. Well, Floorball fans, we've just gotten done with an exciting overtime finish to the game between the Fresno Force and the Ohio Aviators. I'm joined here by number 34, Alex Neumann. Alex, after that game-winning goal, how are you feeling?
Feeling awesome. Good to have that game-winning goal after the keeper saved every shot we took the whole game. So I just had to lob it on goal, and fortunately it went in.
What was the key? Obviously, you started behind after Ohio came to those 2 quick goals to start off the game. What was the shift that allowed you to come back and make this victory happen?
I think we started feeling more comfortable playing together. We had one practice yesterday, otherwise it's a whole new team almost since last year. And they have the same team, so they're more played together. Came in, did better through the more that we played. So.
And what do you think is the biggest lesson that you're going to take from this game to apply the rest of the season?
Never give up, keep going, and the goals will come.
Alex, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on the big win today.
Thank you.
Floorball fans, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't worry, we have one more matchup of exciting floorball action to finish out the first day of the 2024 NAFL season. Join us at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time whenever the Fort Worth Jaguars take on the Texas 39ers. We'll see you then. That's good, Chris.